Welcome to Home with Simone. My name is Simone, and a huge thank you to everyone that continuously supports my channel, whether new or existing subscribers. I really do appreciate you all. Today's video is the beginning of my kitchen refresh or my kitchen revamp. I am a renter, and I'll be showing you guys some really great renter-friendly ways to spruce up your home. I'm also super excited about this Glacier Bay faucet that I got for the kitchen, so keep an eye out for the upcoming video because I will be doing an unboxing and installation. One of the best ways to really add a little character to the kitchen and keep the damage to a minimum, if any, is to use a peel and stick. And that's what I'm taking off here. On my cupboards before, I had the peel and stick. And guys, this thing is really good. I mean, I peeled it off and it was still very sticky. I loved this print. It is so beautiful. And a part of me, when I peeled this off, kind of regretted it. I was a little nervous. I thought, oh, I've had this for so long. Is the new print that I'm getting going to really stand up to this one? Because as you guys can see, it is so beautiful. I'll actually link this in the description box. I got it from Amazon, and if I can find the exact same link to the one I used, if I see something like it, I'll just link that in there, but I'll put a little note beside it letting you know if it's one like the one that I used. Everything that I can link in this video will be in the description, so feel free to check there first if you want to see where I got some of these items. Taking it off was super easy. There was minimal damage. I mean, I put this on my cupboard to begin with because of some damage that was on it that I just didn't like, and I wanted to cover that up, and I wanted to do it in a way that is as budget friendly as possible. And that's what I did. And as you can see in that clip before, there was a little bit of flake and paint. That was what I covered up on the majority of the cupboards that had any damage. But most of them didn't. And the peel and stick came off so easy. It was a little, well, I shouldn't say so easy. It was difficult to peel it off because it was really attached. But when I say easy, I mean there was no issues taking it off. The cupboards were not dirty. I still wanted to wipe them down because, like I said, I had this on for quite some time. As I look at the peel and stick closely, I noticed that it's not a true white. Right now, at this moment, it looked a little bit on the blue side. The camera's picking it up as a different color. And I thought at first, okay, maybe it's just to do with the way that my light is in the kitchen. Because, you know, sometimes if it casts a shadow or depending on the type of light that you have, it can make the white look a little bit different. When I put the first part on, guys, honestly, I knew in that moment I didn't like it. You know, I really did not like it. I was so disappointed. And it's not that I'm disappointed in the product. I'm disappointed in the color because on Amazon it said that it was white gloss. It came and went from looking like a blue to a purple matte. So it was not what the description is. But the positive thing is it was excellent. Like when I say the quality of this one is awesome, it is awesome. It's nice and thick. The roll was about 20 feet long. No, not 20, sorry, 10 feet long by 17 inches in width. I can link this as well if this is the type that you're looking for. But again, it is not the way it was described. So for this seller, I would say quality is right on. The measurements were right on. But it's just the color. I mean, look at the difference between my existing cabinet and then the ones that I covered. It's a huge color difference. And I felt like this made the kitchen look so tacky. I decided, okay, let me have an open mind because, you know, sometimes you're already disappointed in something and you're trying to find a negative. So I said, let me have an open mind and do at least 3 of the cupboards and leave it overnight and see. This peel and stick was so good. Very little bubble in, really easy to apply, nice and thick, but I wasn't happy when I woke up the next morning. It looked purple, like a lavender color. So thankfully, my mom had these leftover peel and sticks, which is kind of a marble with a light gray veining. I'm not a huge fan of busy marble, but this made such a difference in the kitchen. It was a lot closer to the direction that I wanted to go. I was really grateful that I was able to get these and that I was able to start applying this to the kitchen. Now I'm zooming in here because what I do when I apply my peel and stick, I don't do it per cupboard, like individual. I'll put piece on, and then the addition that I have to put on, I'll match to the best of my ability and just move right on to the next cupboard. In that way, when I cut it, the pattern makes sense. It's continuing, and it is just a lot more visually appealing. So that's why it looks like this. And this is how I do it on all of my cupboards, as long as I need to add an additional piece, because this one is not as wide as the other one. So I had to add, I just keep doing it in this, I don't want to say pattern, but this method, and it just makes it a lot cleaner and neater when I do cut it out properly. I don't wrap the peel and stick. I just cut it right to the edges. But you can do whatever you want. I don't like to wrap it because it lifts after a while for me, and I find that very irritating. Using this method the last time, it lasted a couple of years, and I'm very happy with it. I thought at first the edges would lift, but it didn't. It was perfect. So I'm going to stick to just cutting it right at the edges instead of having it, wrapped around. The bottom of the cupboard, however, because this peel and stick does look a little bit more on the white side, from age and wear and tear, my cupboards look yellow now. It was one issue after the other. And then the paint on top, not the best color at this point. Mind you, I had already committed to painting the kitchen white. And then my backsplash was the other thing that was just throwing it all off for me. I made a mistake in this area here. When they put my handles on, I don't know what happened, but this nail is completely stripped and I can't take it out. So I did my best to cover it. Doesn't show at all, actually. You have to know where the error is to go in and find it. That's a good thing about having a peel and stick a little bit more on the busy side, because it's easy to hide problems like that. I could have just stopped at putting that on, but again, wear and tear, the colors of the cabinets look a little bit more on the yellow side. I mean, if you look at this, you can see where I've painted versus where I haven't painted. And there was a huge difference. So I decided I'm just going to go ahead and paint inside every cupboard in this manner so that when it's closed, it's not picking up this yellowy hue, but it is picking up a white one. My spice drawer needed some TLC. I mean, this drawer has been through it. I took off the lining that was on the inside, and then again, there's that yellowish, it looked like curry when curry stains something, but it is just wear and tear. I painted the drawer, didn't really care too much if it was painted perfect because I am going to be covering it. I just needed it to look a lot better than what it looked like beforehand. While that dries, wanted to share with you guys my spice organizer. I'm super excited about this. It'll be linked in the description. Got it from Amazon. I wanted the lucite one, like the clear plastic ones, but it was just the wrong measurement. It would have been way too big for the drawer, and these drawers are not standard kitchen drawers. So I had to find something where it would fit a lot better, and thankfully these were perfect. They came packaged really well, and I also got labels for my spice drawers because none of my jars have labels. I'm not a huge fan of labels, to be quite honest. I feel like, if it's in something you can see, you already know what it is. But when it comes to certain spices, my son is cooking a lot more, and it's important that some of the spices that he may not be as familiar with the smell of it, that he knows what it is. I also like the aesthetic. I know what all my spices are, but With the spice drawer, I like the aesthetic of it. These labels came with everything under the sun, including blank labels towards the back, 12 pages, 192 labels. And the thing I love the best about it is with these organize your life labels, they have numbers on them. So I thought that was pretty cool. You guys will see my spice drawer in the next video. This is what the cupboard looks like when it's completely painted. I was doing like 10 things at the same time. Painting the drawer, letting it dry, opening my Amazon packages, back to the drawer. Remember I said it didn't matter how I painted it? That's because I used the drawer liner, which is white, to cover the side of it to make that drawer look just a little bit better. And then the struggle was real for me with the inside of the drawer. I don't know why it gave me so much problems. I mean, I'm pretty good at putting down the lining, but I also think it's because the drawer is not actually measured properly. There is a little bit of a difference between the spacing from the back to the front of it, and so it was a little tricky to get my peel and stick drawer liner to lay flat, but it did it, and I was happy with it. This is what the spice organizers look like on the inside, and this is what it is when I have my jars. So this is not how it's going to stay, but I wanted to show you guys what I meant when I said that they were spice organizers. I do want to get larger spice jars, and you guys will see that coming up. Now, back to the next project in the kitchen, my backsplash. So I wanted white. I just want my kitchen to be nice and light. I got these horrible cupboards. I had these horrible countertops, and I just wanted the backsplash white. But guys, when I tell you it's so expensive, this is budget friendly. So I figured, let me paint my existing backsplash and see how that's gonna look. Thankfully, it came out looking pretty good, and I'm really happy. Like, this is what it looks like after painting it. Overall, the kitchen is headed in the right direction, and I am excited for you guys to see part 2 of my kitchen revamp. Stay tuned for that, and I'll see you all in the very next video.